Welcome back to the stream. I'm Brad Edwards. Today is a remarkable one. I began nearly 5 years ago investigating back in 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, that long, into bogus water bills by the city of Chicago. We've called our award-winning series Getting Hosed. Earlier this year, Alderman Gilbert Villegas drafted this resolution calling for city council hearings, a first step to fix the mess. He cited our coverage and, quote, shocking reports. Today, those hearings will take place. Among those who are going to testify, Andrea Garner, whose family got socked with an $80,000 bogus bill. She'll actually have a statement that is read into the record, we're told. My investigative cohort, our Lauren Victory, introduced us to her a few weeks ago. Take a look.
Yes, the meter is working.
Works, yeah.
In cell phone video and in CBS 2 footage,
And you said the valves are working just fine.
Yeah, the valves work, yeah.
Chicago Department of Water Management crews assure Andrea Garner.
It looks like everything is working fine.
Yes.
They installed a new water meter anyway after CBS 2 raised the alarm to city higher-ups about Garner's elderly parents and the $80,000 water bill that hit them right as they were about to sell this Roseland 3-flat.
It was like deer in headlights and a complete freeze of everything, like a complete shock. What do we do?
That was July 12th. By the 14th, the city removed $69,352.
Well, it was definitely a sigh of relief.
And frustrating. Garner got no explanation for the fix, though to her, it's obvious.
They're realizing that the error was either with their equipment or how the meter was reading accurate usage. So the problem lies there.
It must, because repair crews took her old water meter in for testing, and the results that just came back are confusing to say the least. A week-by-week log of meter readings shows 0 water usage on some entries. Other times, the report came back at 6 million gallons used in a week. That amount is equal to 9 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Who goes through that much water in 7 days? Again, we're talking about a 3-unit building. The Garners say 2 of the apartments were often vacant. So it's also puzzling that this hourly log shows 4 million gallons used between 11 a.m. and noon one day in January. That'd be like boiling 2 million pots of water for a pasta lunch. Garner's noodle isn't the only one about to burst.
It's impossible.
That's the voice of a flabbergasted utility billing customer service rep. The conversation with this city employee continued.
You're absolutely positive that there's no way we use $80,000 worth of water?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I
and then
can't clarify that. Do you know how much water that is, Miss Linda?
a lake, an ocean.
Thank you. It's not an ocean. It could be a lake.
A lake.
CBS 2 played the phone call for Alderman Gilbert Villegas. In the end, Garner was told to be patient.
Are we the city that works? I mean, that's a lot of bureaucracy there. You would think that someone would come in or maybe take it to the manager to say, hey, there's a problem here. Let's figure this out.
As a reminder, the $80,000 balance eventually got knocked down to $11 grand. But the Garner's logs don't make sense. So how can their bills be valid?
Why isn't there a system that kind of monitors, hey, you know what, last month you had a $600 bill, this month you have a $5,000 bill. Us being proactive, saying, hey, what's going on over there?
One of many questions Villegas plans to ask at City Hall at an August hearing about water bills. Garner plans to testify.
Just fighting against a broken system. For me, it is much bigger than just my parents' account.
Lauren Victory, CBS 2 News.
Well, this is infuriating, and I've been covering these stories. My first one was nearly 4.5 years ago. Andrea Garner, thank you for joining us live right now. Nearly $70,000 mistake. And you still didn't get an explanation, did you?
Still no explanation. No, it does not make sense. We were told that the water profile that will be sent to us would clarify things, but it doesn't. It leaves more questions. And when I called, I was still given the runaround.
Frustrating can probably be an understatement. So what is your message to the city? You won't be there to testify per se, but we're told you will have a statement that will be read into the record. those and others like you who haven't been heard for at least the nearly 5 years we've been on the story, what do you say to this city you were born and raised in, this city where your parents have paid taxes? See, people don't realize, too, if that $80,000 bill sticks, that basically takes the house away from you, because then there's no generational wealth. Then the city will eventually take it over. It will be sold. People don't realize exactly how much goes into that. With an $80,000, you wouldn't be able to pay that off, right, if your parents saddled you with that?
Absolutely not. It's a snowball effect, and it just continues to grow because that also includes fees and penalties that were assessed and continue to be assessed on the account. We were told that the next step that we would have to take would be to hire an independent investigator, but that had to be approved by the city. So at our cost. So pay more money to fight the initial confusion and the claim that we filed over a year ago to say there's a problem with the bill or with the account, because it went from $500-$600 at the end of April to $5,000 plus at the end of June of 22.
Quickly,
we
Ms.
continue
Garner.
to call and ask questions.
Yeah, quickly, Ms. Garner, what would you say if you could have one sentence to say to City Hall, what would you say?
There has to be some oversight. There has to be some humanity and some common sense to say we need to look into this situation for all of our customers that are having this problem. If a bill jumps that exponentially in one billing cycle, it's a problem. We should have a red flag. There should be a system, whether it's an Excel or some flag that will say there's a problem. We should investigate this account a little bit further before we continue to send these bills to our customers.
Humanity and common sense. Sounds pretty reasonable. Ms. Garner, thank you for coming forward to tell your story, hopefully being part of the solution here. We're going to bring in our TV friends for